And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, and of course, BB8. We are here to talk about last night's episode of The Flash, Season 7, Episode 2. And boy, oh boy, this episode had a lot going on here. Very interesting stuff happened. The ending was so confusing, but it brings up something that could eventually happen, which is awesome. But yeah, let's talk about it. And spoilers, remember spoilers. If you haven't caught up to this last night's episode of The Flash, go back and watch it. Okay, so we all know that Barry had to build that whole new Speed Force, and he has his speed back, kind of like a temporary thing because he has his machine. Basically, he plugged himself into a lamp, and now he has his super speed back. He has his built-in artificial Speed Force. He has it now. He can use it, but it came with a side effect. Some people would say it's a good side effect. Some people will say it's actually kind of a bad side effect, depending on who you are. And that side effect is the fact that he now has super intelligence. Yeah, I mean, we all know Barry Allen is super smart regardless, but this one kind of like boosts his IQ to a whole nother level, kind of making Albert Einstein and all the Harrison Wells, all the multiverse look like dum-dums. So yeah, that was basically just a Barry's problems in this. Now for him, he was just figuring out things, doing equations like it was not even a problem. And we get Return of Cisco and Killer Frost, so that was cool. And then you have Cisco like looking at Barry so confused, not knowing what the heck is going on with him. And then we start seeing Barry use his new, I guess, power in a way, his brain power now, and it's kind of like clouded his judgment in a way where he, how he feels about Iris and how he has to, the way he wants to save her is very rational. Like he would never say certain things. It basically clouded his mind and his heart. Basically, his super speed became, and his super intelligence blocked off his love and his compassion for saving people. Because there's a moment in the episode where you see him, he's like talking to Cisco, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we gotta save Iris. I know how to save her now. We gotta get her out." And then Cisco's like, "Yeah, we gotta get Camille, and of course, the commissioner of the police as well." And Barry just goes, "No, can't comply. These two are sacrificable." Basically saying, "Yeah, I don't care about those two. We just need to get Iris out because he thinks Iris has the key to stopping the new Mirror Master in a way." And then he revealed the big secret that the Mirror Master that we see now, the girl, that she's not really her. It's basically an illusion or a mirror version of herself too. So there's that. And then, of course, while the team tries to figure out what's wrong with Barry, they end up fighting with him. Literally fighting with him. Cisco tries to blast him with one of the guns. And then, of course, you have Killer Frost. Literally, and I'm telling you, snowberries everywhere are probably freaking out still because of this, and I'm one of them. So she decides, okay, my ice power is not working against you. I can help with that. She takes Velocity 9 and just injects herself and gives herself super speed. Now remember, this is the Velocity 9 is the speed, shot that gives you super speed. Temporarily, of course. But man, seeing Killer Frost with super speed, combining that power with the powers of her ice powers, it takes it to a whole nother level. And that whole fight scene that they had was actually pretty cool. The woman is running in high heel boots, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Literally, they gave her super speed, and it's like, okay, now the snowberries can really geek out about it. Now, see, they are meant for each other. See what I mean? Barry and Caitlin, they really should be together. But yeah, of course, Barry still wins, obviously, because the Velocity 9 is only temporary. And then, of course, he tries to get Iris out, and he eventually does. And then he snaps out of it, which is kind of weird the way how it kind of ended. How he was all in to get Iris back so he can figure out how to beat the bad guy. But then when he got her out the bad way, he felt sorry, and then he snapped out of his little I guess, funk that he was in, and his heart was clear, and now he's like, okay, oh, Iris, I'm so sorry, and all that stuff. Everybody else is knocked down. He has no idea what's going on because his brain was on super mode at the time. So yeah, we got to see that. So that was very interesting to see Barry use his brain power even more than he knew normally. I'm talking about he was basically a walking computer. And then we get to the very end of this episode. We all know that the bad girl, I just forget her name, I apologize. I just call her Mirror Master for now because it's much easier. She's basically controlling all the mirrors. And that's what she did. She goes into the police station, and I guess she starts making copies of everybody. And then at the end of the episode, she grabs like a police officer, or a police officer doppelganger grabs her into the mirror world. So I would assume she's going to try to do that for the rest of the town. And, you know, controlling every single mirror now is going to be a piece of cake for her. So let's see how Barry and the team stops her this time. But then the very ending of this episode, you know, you can't have the end of The Flash without having a very confusing moment. And normally, when you have a very, very ending to a situation, it sets up what's coming next. Well, we go back, maybe 10 years before the Flash events, when we see Harrison Wells get killed by Reverse Flash, aka Erebor Thawne, and then the Flash, or Reverse Flash, buries his, corpse, his body in that ditch where the accident was, and then Zoom, or Reverse Flash leaves, you see his lightning, and then you see like these green particles just fly up from the ground, I guess insinuating that Harrison Wells is coming back to life. Yeah, the original Harrison Wells, the Harrison Wells that Barry has never met, the one and only original Harrison Wells that Erebor Thawne took his body and used it for a meat suit to disguise himself to help Barry get his speed so he can go back home. That Harrison Wells is supposedly coming back to life. How is that possible? No idea. No idea how that's possible. But it does set up lots of questions. But we're going to have to figure out and wait to see what happens when they give us the answers. Excuse me. So, that was the episode. Very interesting episode. Very odd ending. Very cool action scene with Killer Frost and Barry Allen, the Flash. So that was cool. But, yeah, I still enjoyed it. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. And stay tuned for more. Thank you very much and have a good day.